evening, good afternoon, good morning. How are you doing today? Hope you had a wonderful day or your day is kicking off well. This is Vicky from the Heart and Voice podcast, and I am here with another episode. So today I want to talk about when we have to push ourselves even when it feels really uncomfortable. So today is Tuesday. On Sunday, we had a data collection exercise. For those of you who don't know, I founded a non-profit organization, Ifunanya Care Initiative. You can see the link to our website in the description section of this podcast. So this period, we are having a data collection exercise for a research we are carrying out here on how people use health insurance, because by God's grace, we want to start rolling out programs that will insure people into healthcare insurance so that their medical treatment payments would be reduced so they could have access to good healthcare without having to pay so much. So we've had this data collection exercise in hospitals, in healthcare centers. Then we had to even go into collecting data from churches because we want to get as many responses as possible so that our research will be real and capture various parts of the states. So So one thing that has occurred during this time is I got a bit tired, because I'm almost present in all the locations we've had to go to collect data. Not in all of them, but most of them. And then if you go there, you have to talk, you have to convince people to answer the survey questions, and it's really tiring, to be honest. So this Saturday, I was thinking about the data collection we'll be having at two big churches here. The churches are big, one of them a cathedral. I was feeling anxious. The previous experiences I've had, like having to stand, convince people, sometimes it's quite uncomfortable. I'm not a very social person, but this is something I'm passionate about, so I tend to push myself. Have you been in a situation when you had to push yourself, even when you are tired, you had no strength, you feel like you can't do it, but you see it as something that you need to do, and you just had to keep going? And maybe if this is a situation you are currently in, maybe for your career, or you are taking up a course, or even in life, it's not very easy for you this time and you have to push yourself. Just know that I'm cheering for you and I'm praying that God strengthens you. In the book of Isaiah, I think it's from chapter 40 or 30, I'm not sure, but God says that He will give us strength. He will give strength to the weak. Yes. So when you're weak, you can draw strength from God. That Saturday, I was just thinking, at a point, I was telling my mom, I just want this. I just want Monday to come. I just want to go ahead of Sunday because I felt so anxious. And then on Sunday morning, I had some persons that I was supposed to go with. We had agreed that we'll go there by 7. We should be at the church, one of the churches, because we had to go to 2 churches by 7 a.m. I was just thinking of how am I going to go, like waking up this early, having to get into the cathedral, having to stand and convince people. It was really exhausting. Just the thought of it was so exhausting, and I couldn't just wrap my head around me doing all of those things. But then there is this passion burning in me. I have to do this. We can't skip this step because we want to make sure that our programs are evidence-based. So at the point, I started asking, am I really supposed to do this? Am I doing something stupid? And I remember I asked myself a question. Did I even ask God? I was like, are you sure I'm not doing something stupid? Does this even make sense? And the funny thing was, that Sunday, the place we read in our devotional guide, and I felt that was my prayers or my questions answered, was about being compassionate. The devotional guide has just been there, but that day it was talking of being compassionate about I think it was Mother Teresa. She was even mentioned in the commentary, something like that. But while we were reading through the passages, praying, I told myself, these are answers to the questions I have. I have to push through. I have to keep going. I can't give up because this is a vision that God has given me. It might look stupid. I might not even understand everything, but if it is worth it and I'm doing it for God and to make life better for many, then I have to push through. So what is something that you are currently doing now that you have to push through, even if you're very tired and maybe you're even confused, you might even be asking yourself some questions around, why am I doing this? I just feel like giving up. Is it worth it? One thing I would suggest is praying about it, because the highest form of strength comes from God, the Spirit of God. When we are very weak, at our lowest points, you just get vulnerable with God. Tell Him He's your Father. He is our Father, and we can call Him Abba Father. He's that kind of Father to us. Tell Him that you are tired. There is this song, Precious Lord, take my hand. I'm tired. I am weak. I am worn. I sing that song sometimes when I don't know what to do, because we want to pour out our hearts to God and tell Him to help us. And we may not receive answers immediately, but then in one way or the other, you just see yourself going through it, and then that phase will pass. And that was what happened on Sunday. Here we went to the two churches. Even the second church, the usher helped us to distribute the questionnaires, gave us the answered questionnaires, and it was just like, whew, finally this is done. Yeah, and today is Tuesday. What I was so anxious about, I didn't know how it would happen. Eventually it went. So this is what happens. Sometimes we even overthink certain situation, or overanalyze, or even complicate things in our mind, thinking that, okay, I can't do this, it's not possible. But finally we see ourselves doing it. So I am praying that if you need strength this time around to push through, that God gives you divine strength. God strengthens you. God empowers you. The Spirit of God supports you. You get resources. You receive resources, partnerships, connections that will help you to push through. And I'm cheering for you. Know that you can do it. The Bible says that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And you can do everything through Christ that strengthens you. Have a wonderful day. Keep pushing through. Keep staying positive. God bless you. Bye.